Hey guys, and welcome back to our tutorial for Pong. Last video we went through and we made the player move on the screen. I'll just run the game so we can see. Alrighty. So last time we made our player, put him on the screen, and we connect the up key, and bam, he'll move on by himself. But he keeps going, and he only goes up. So we're gonna change that in this video. And we might change a couple other things too, just so it looks a little bit more pongy, if that makes sense. Change the colors, maybe the size of our game window. But for now, we'll go back to game panel, and we're going to add a little bit more to our key listener methods down here. So we have this all basically set up, so this is going to be really easy. So in key press, we got up. Now when we press up, we move up. So we want to do down now. So we can kind of do this as an else, because you're only going to be hitting one or the other really. And we can say dot get key code. So we'll ask the key event what key was pressed, and we can check to see if it was the down key. And I'm sure you guys could have guessed this, but it's VK down. Kinda obvious. Most of those are actually pretty intuitive. So let's see. We want to do the same thing. Set the Y velocity for our player. And this time, though, we want to go down, which is positive. So we'll say positive 4. That's how fast we want our velocity to be. Okay. So really, that's all I had to do for just to move in both directions. It was that easy. So we'll compile that, run Pong, and now I should be able to move in both directions. So pressing up, pressing down, pressing up, pressing down. Oh wow, I could do this all goddamn day. Of course, it doesn't stop unless I hit the other direction. So we can do that pretty easily too. And you guys, I'll give you 3 guesses as to where we put the code to stop the player when they let go of the key. Come on, guess. Go ahead. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and assume you guessed right, and it was in key released. That would make sense. So let's see. We can kind of do this in one if statement because we want them to stop no matter what key they let up, either up or down. So we can kind of put this in one thing. So we can say get key code. Actually, I'm just going to make this a little bit easier. Let's say int key code equals e dot get key code. Okay, since we're going to be using that more than once, we may as well make a variable for it. Key code equals key event dot vk up or key code equals key event dot vk down. So now when they let go of a key, it's going to see if it's either the up or down key. If it's either of those two keys, we're just going to set the Y velocity to 0. So that way we'll be able to stop on a dime. This is going to be the best Pong game ever. This is like Game of the Year edition. Okay. So that was easy. See how that works. Come on, you can do it. Okay, there we go. So let's start her up. Alright. Okay, so I'm holding up. I let go. Holding up. Let go. Holding down. Let go. And it'll keep moving as long as you hold it down, so. Excellent. What I'm going to do now, though, is I'm going to change. I'm going to kind of fix this up a little bit so it looks a little bit more like Pong. So first thing I want to do is in game panel here, I'm going to make a couple static variables. Actually, no. No, for right now, I'll leave the screen size the same. Actually, no. No, we won't. See, I just can't make up my damn mind. So, let's see. I'm going to make a couple static variables for Pong here. I'll say final static int. I'm going to call it window height. No, window width first. Window width. And that's going to be equal to 400. And final static int. See, with the speed I type, you guys could probably already be done with the game. And we're going to only make that 200 or so. No, 250. We'll say 250. 200 seems kind of small. Okay, so that's just going to make it easier. So this is going to be a window. And anytime we want to access the size of our window, we can just say pong.window-width or pong.window-height. So I'm going to, let's see here. Let's go to game panel first. First thing we want to do is change the width and the height of our clearing rectangle, our white background. We want to change that to pong.window width. And this is kind of the same idea with what we did with, what did we do that for? Oh yeah, the size of our ball. It's just so, since we use that number a lot, we can just kind of tie it to a variable. So if we ever decide to change it, it'll be easy. We won't have to go around and change everything. Okay, and I'm going to change this to black. Just because. Okay, compile that. I'm just going to change the size and colors of the player. Oh, I got an error. What did I do wrong? Oh, Pong.window height. It should work fine. Yep. Okay, I just forgot to put the Pong in front. So it was looking for window height in the game panel class. And believe it or not, I'm as surprised as you are, it didn't find it. So player width. I'm going to make the width, I'll say 15. Yeah, do I want 15? Yeah, 15. Sure. And the height, maybe 40. That should be good. And the color is going to be yellow. Yellow. Okay. That's what's nice about having the width and height variables, is that you can squish it or stretch it. Whereas with our ball, we just have one variable for size. Since how it's the same width and the height, we can just use one variable. And 50 is way too big for a ball, so we're just going to say 5. So this should look a little bit more Pong-like, I think. A little bit more familiar. Of course, I forgot to change the starting positions and stuff. So, hold on a second. Okay, yeah. So I'm actually going to change this to 407. See, I want you guys to see me make these mistakes. Because, I want you guys to see me, I want you guys to see me make these mistakes so that you can kind of see the thought process. Okay, that should, I think I calculated that right. Okay, now we're going to have to change the, remember, we can still think of this in 400 and 250. It's just that offset I was talking about for the widgets on the window, the title bar and the little side panels, side grabber things. We can still think of this as 400 and 250 just to make it nice and even. So let's see, player, we're going to have to change our starting Y to 100 and, what do we have, 150? You know, I'm just going to say, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to say Pong dot window height divided by 2. There. So you don't ever have to deal with it again. So that just takes whatever we decide the height to be, and it just puts it in the center, halfway. Everything else here is fine. Let's go check in with ball and do the same thing. Okay. We'll say x equals Pong dot window width divided by 2. And Pong dot window height divided by 2. Okay. So now we'll try it again. Still, I don't understand why it's doing that. Oh, because I'm an idiot. That's why it's doing that. Okay. Yeah. See, I meant to do this first, but we still have to set it here when we make our window width, because it was still set for 500 by 500. And we don't need the Pong dot because we're right in the Pong class, so window height. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to copy this window underscore because we're going to need it. Okay. Let's see here. That's fine. Come on. Okay. Now we'll go over to ball. And let's see. Here's what we want. We want if x plus the size of the ball. So the right side of the ball is greater than Pong dot window width. And we can do the same thing for the y. If the bottom part of the ball is greater than the window width. Or height rather, because we're dealing with y now. Okay. I hope you're satisfied now, game. Jeez. Here we go. Well, that's more like it. Of course, nothing happens with our collision yet. But that's okay. Okay, cool. So, I think next video, we're going to do our collision. So the ball will actually bounce off of our paddle, and it'll bounce around the screen. So, I'll see you then.